and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The end result, 21 yards. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Here's Prescott. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down.
Well, he'll definitely say that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. Able to convert on third and 14. A terrific play call. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short. Now Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Touchdown! Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 25-yard line. Howell to the air on first and 10. And his throw here is incomplete. Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now throwing on first down here. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. That one a first down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On second and 10, Powell. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from moving out in front. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
On first and 10, it's Gibson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They'll go again with Gibson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Little bootleg here. Howell. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, the goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Prescott. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Marquez Callaway. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their 38. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a dump-off here complete, and they're going to get this up to midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll try the left side with Gibson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 2nd and 9, Howell over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Looking to throw, Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. 1st down, Prescott. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Gibson again. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
There's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones maybe you bring selfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will stay a 4-point game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Play fake. Here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. So that pushes the lead up to 4. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 31, Powell. His throw incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Howell. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter. And now the punter, Tressway, as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott now. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And that pickup of a first down That's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover, a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw...
Kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Powell. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. This to swell the lead to 6. Sly able to put this one through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Prescott now from the 50. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Now Prescott. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's Dak. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
I don't want to bash the man with the controls, but why do you go for two there? You only needed one. Yeah,
the only thing I can think is they thought they had a two-point play that they knew was going to get in for them, and they wanted to go ahead and run it. Or maybe they just got confused on their chart, because everyone keeps that chart about when to go for two, when to go for one. Maybe that got confused a little bit.
Or maybe they're just an arrogant gamer. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Powell to throw. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's Howell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall. So for the Cowboys, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2.